Hey, first and foremost, I want to give all the honors, the praises, the glory belongs to my Lord and Savior, whose name is Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Mahavakadash. Honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few, I mean a very few, brothers and sisters that are listening, true brothers and sisters that want to be saved, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, because that's who we're out here for. We're not out here for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. So we're going to start off with this, Baba Kashar. Bro, we're just going to, listen, we're going to be straight up, straight to the point, all right? There's a lot of demonic-ass people out here, right? First thing, when you come into the truth, if you're actually in the truth, guess what that means? When you read Colossians, what does it say? Let's go to that quickly. Check this out. We're going to get everything in its proper perspective, man. This ain't a fucking game, bro. You got people playing games out here, man. We're going to go to Colossians. We're going to get everything in its proper perspective. Colossians 1 and 13. Who have delivered us from the power of darkness and have translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son. It says it right here. Paul was saying, there's certain men and women that have been delivered from the power of darkness. So yeah, it's showing you that there is powers of darkness that control people, that control their mind, that influence them. But then Paul was saying, you've been what? Translated. You've been delivered from that, the power of darkness. Therefore, darkness shouldn't have no power over you. Now, you've been in dark places. You've experienced darkness, right? When you were in the world, when you were in sin. And have translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son. So right here, it talks about a translation, a changing into a dark way of life into a better, upright way of life, even though we're not perfect by our own means. So that's a deliverance. That's a form of saving. That's a form of redemption, right? From darkness to light. So therefore, darkness shouldn't have no power over you. And if it does, you really need to ask yourself, well, hold on a minute. Are you really saved? Are you really repenting? Now we're going to get to this. We're going to talk about control as well. We're going to talk about, Lord willing. We got Corinthians, we got Ephesians. We're going to bring this all out because there's people out here, believe it or not, they think they're not being seen by other people, but other people can see, because it's not everyone that's against you, but yeah, you do have people, they look at your life, right, like a movie, and they want to make decisions on how you should live your life. First thing I want to say, yeah, when you're younger, other people, you're young, you don't know, you can't make decisions for yourself. You're young, you don't know nothing. So therefore, your mother, your father, your teacher, whoever, your handler, makes those decisions for you. Once you get to a certain age, you should be able to make decisions. Now, me personally, my decisions are through the scriptures. That's where I make my decisions. I don't need someone over me telling me, do this, do that. And through experience, you're able to make better decisions. Now, with every decision that's made, it doesn't mean it's going to be a right one. But that's how you learn. So now, let's go straight to Ephesians. Baba Kishore. Let's go. Okay, listen, playtime's over, bro. This is not a joke, man. Actually, before we go to Ephesians, go to Galatians. Okay. This ain't no joke, man. You people out here wanna when they're out in public, they wanna try and make him feel a certain way. Bro, that's not gonna work with us, man. We ain't trying to fit in. Alright? Galatians 5. Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty. This is Paul speaking. Stand fast in the liberty. So what's liberty? It's freedom, right? So therefore, Paul just wrote in Colossians before we read this, right? You've been delivered from the power of darkness. So therefore, you're free. You can stand free in the liberty that Yahawashi has given us. Liberty is freedom, right? Where Mashiach have made us free. and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. Where Mashiach have made us free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. Yeah, there's entanglements. So how can you become entangled with the yoke again? How? By doing the things you used to do. And that yoke of bondage was according to the rudiments of this world, the things that you used to do. Some of us, if you're not sure what you're doing, you're going to put yourself in bondage if you're doing the things that you used to do. No one else can speak for me because I'm not doing the things I used to do. I've changed, and I don't need no one else to be a spokesperson for me. Talking about changing. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, listen, some people change for the better, some people change for the worst. You can't speak for me. If you haven't been on it, you can't speak for me. I'm not letting a narcissist, psychopath, someone that sits on their arse all day, speak for me. I'm not going out, I'm not out in the betties all flipping day. I'm not selling drugs. I'm not gang stalking no one. I'm not in my house gang stalking anyone, watching anyone on surveillance. I'm not beaming anyone with no energy weapons. I ain't doing any of those things. So what's the problem? Oh, I know what it is. It's the word. It's Yahawashi. Yahawashi said that. If they have hated me, just know they would hate you too. This is persecution. Facts. Spiritual persecution. Don't get discomfort. What is it? It's spiritual persecution by people that are very insecure. So they project. I can't help it if you feel a particular way. I can't help it if you're insecure when I come around. You feel some type of way because you ain't worked on yourself. That's why, brothers, we can't take this personally. So lucky if I'm shouting. But we can't take this personally. We can't. You got groups, you got cults. Lord willing, we can get into this. I'm speeding this up because I ain't got long, man. I need to free up some data. So there's just a lot of stuff going on. It's people that want you to do things a certain way, how they're doing it. Guess what that is? That's called control. Guess what that leads to? It leads to witchcraft. It leads to witchcraft. You still don't understand that? So you could be in the spirit of witchcraft and not even realize you're in that spirit. So we went to that. Let's calm it down now. Let's calm it down. I want to go to Corinthians as well. Check this out. We're going to cast down these strongholds, man. Yahawashi, the Messiah, he knew who he was. Now, there was people that tried to make him king. What did he do? Listen, it wasn't the time for that. He withdrew himself. If you have gifts, I think that's obvious to people, right? People see you have gifts. I do believe there's it can be dangerous when people see your gifts, your talents, but you're not giving yourself to everyone. People feel a particular way. That's why I always talk about protection and prayer. We're living in dangerous times. Dangerous. The moment you say no, the moment you set a boundary, watch how people act. All right? Watch how people act. And there's a reason behind that. Why? Because you've been hurt before. And not just that, because you've learnt lessons. You've seen certain things, how certain things go down. That's why. It's not that you're scared to open up, because you open up, but you've seen how people are. You know the streets. Me, yeah, you might see me picking up the Bible. I know the streets. I know how the streets operate. That's why I move the way I move. Because you can't trust grimy niggas that haven't repented, or that are not trying to. Or they come around you because they want something, but they're not coming to you and asking you, I want to know more about the scriptures. Can you tell me more about this scripture? And they're not coming and doing that. They're not doing that. They're coming like some snakes, like some vipers, man. So when you see that, that's enough to let you know, okay, this person ain't even coming to me and asking me How do I do this? How do I do that? They're coming like a snake. So when you see that, of course you're gonna set a boundary, because that boundary is your protection. That discernment is your protection. Once the Lord Yahawashi shows you something, you better believe it and don't second guess it, because He gives you discernment, right? The Lord's going to give His men true discernment, especially if you're in this word day in, day out. And I know the tactics now. You know what they're doing now? This is like a wear down game now. The whole thing is see if we can wear them out, stress them out. Bro, you ain't stressing no one out. You're only stressing yourself out. You look fucking stupid, man. Got thousands of people walking in the road looking stupid with a mean face. You ain't stressing no one out. You're only stressing yourself out. I'm good. I got the Lord, man. Who you stressing? You're only stressing yourself out. What you think doing repetitious things, that's not, you're stressing yourself out. You keeping yourself in the loop. Oh, man. All because I said no. All because I respect the Lord and I respect myself. You see how people are. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do if I go to the same place today? What are you going to do? Get on your app. And I just want to throw this out there, brothers. Yeah, what they be using, I don't know all the details. This is an app. It's some type of app on the phone. And I don't know everything. I don't know every single in and out. But listen, this way you got to be careful. They're saying something. They're putting something on these apps. They're creating narratives. But you have to have enough faith to trust in the Lord Yahawashi and know. Doesn't matter what they're sending and putting on these apps or whatever. Doesn't matter, because the Lord, if He's for you, who can be against you? And I do believe if you're standing in truth, people eventually see that. And people are clocking on. People are starting to clock on. Hold on a minute. You say this and that about him on the app. He's nothing like that. I've had people come to me, about 3 or 4 people, and actually say, bro, he's not useless. He's not useless. I've had people say that, had conversations. He's not useless. Now all that shit, that's just old news. That's old. Is rubbish. See, what you got to understand is the enemy can't use you anymore. I'm talking about Satan. So what do you think is going to happen? He's going to be very frustrated. That's a demon of control. So you have to rebuke it in Yahawashi's name. That's why do you think you're dealing with so much witchcraft? Because you have people that want to control you, or an outcome, or how you do things. Now, control. Do some people, someone told me, well, certain people, they may need someone to control them because their life is it's not organized. Me, the way I do things, it's to a point of routine. I have routines. But what is the routine? Is the routine, is it positive? Is it bringing forth fruit? Well, what's the problem then? There shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. Right? Because what I'm seeing is wickedness. People doing wickedness, man. There shouldn't be a problem. Right? This man ain't slanging drugs. He's not going out here doing. There shouldn't be a problem. Right? At all. You know what it is? Their problem is with the Lord, man. That's what it is. All right? And you ain't going to stop anything too soon, because guess what we're going to continue to do? Teach this word. And even more. The more you come up against us, the more we're just going to teach the word. That's all. You ain't stopping nothing around here. Nothing. You could send your vans. You could use the next door neighbors and shit. You could send the tenants and all that doing their black. You're not going to stop anything. All right? You want us to stop teaching. Well, hold on a minute. I don't know you. Well, hold on. So hold on. Someone you apparently you don't know, you want them to stop teaching. No, you would have to know them. How do you know them? Because you've been watching them secretly. See, bro. This is why this program's getting exposed. right? It's getting exposed. So I want to go to Ephesians, Father Krishna, then we go to another one. I can't believe some of the stuff I hear. And other stuff's going to come out. Listen, things are going to come out, man. Things are going to come out. Let's go to Ephesians. It's Ephesians 4. And we're going to jump straight to verse 27. Neither give place to the devil. Sometimes we can make that mistake. Neither give place to the devil. So if the devil, remember, someone's trying to get into your head, you don't give him any place. None. You shut that stuff out straight away. Don't even entertain it. Don't even entertain it, because guess what? He attacks your mind. You don't even entertain it. You straight away, you know what that is. Straight away, you think upon positive scriptures. Anything negative, don't even give your mind to it. You know what's negative. You know what's positive. You know what's right. You know what's wrong. Don't even give your mind to it. Facts. All right? It's simple. It's about applying the scriptures. Applying. All right? And we're going to go to Corinthians, Father Kishar. And I want to discuss more about this program, whatever they call it. I call it spiritual persecution. They call it gang stalking. Gang stalking is, i.e., human trafficking. I've told you that before. Because they tried to traffic me. You wouldn't believe that, would you? You know they tried to traffic me, right? You fucking fools, really. Fucking idiots, really. Are they that delusional? Like, come on, bro. You know they tried that, right? But anyway, we're gonna go to this Baba Kushon. Maniacs out here, maniacs. So we're gonna go to 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. But before we go to that, we quickly go into this Baba Kushon. And don't go mad, because that's a lot of these people, they've consented. Read on Daniel's. When you read about Daniel was basically he had a petition signed against him. People came up, they all were in one consent. They got Daniel in trouble. That's how Daniel got chucked into the lion's den, because they all with one consent. So they looked for a way to accuse him and get him in trouble. And we know Daniel was favored. So there's people that do that. They just want to get you in trouble. So let's go to Psalms 32 and 10. The Lord Yahawashi bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. So just know that. Right, I've got to kind of rush this because the time's going down. And there's a lot of stuff I'm learning about this program. These, see if I can find it. These particular people, check this out. This was from an article, someone that went through it. If you give consent to gang stalking, when you react to it, gang stalkers have occultic beliefs. So these people, a lot of them, what you will see is from the occult, all right? Require implied consent. And some of these people will nod their head at you like you're with what they're doing. Don't nod your head back at them. Right? So it says require implied consent to their activity. So guess what? Do not consent. Do not agree with it, even in your mind. When you completely ignore them, you will draw all implied consent, all right, to the activity. They eventually, this person said they eventually stop. Me, I'm not concerned with that. My whole thing is how you have wicked individuals that ain't got no flipping life, man, that are concerned with watching someone else. How you got time to do that? You got too much time on your hands, man. How you got the time to do that? So this is a program, and they may escalate a situation in desperation to get a reaction. So I always say, stop reacting. These people are what you call the hive mind, bots, heavily programmed, got demons in them. Just stop reacting and you live your life, right? And that's what you got to do. You got to stop giving in to these things. You see it, but you brush it off. They don't want you to live a happy life. They see something within you. And it's not just that, it's other things as well, the things that you speak about. It troubles people. What does fear produce? Fear. So because people fear, they want you to be in fear. It's been an interesting day today as well, Brother Kisha. It's been interesting, bro. And check this out. Fucking you, you're useless, man. I don't want to hear nothing from you. You ain't got nothing to say. You gonna send some drug addicts to watch us. Drug addicts, criminals, perverts, to watch me. People that don't, to watch me. And you have some moral high ground? Not really. Fuck out of here. Really. That's why I keep saying it's flawed. The things that they do is completely flawed. Completely. So let's check this out. This is 2 Corinthians 10:4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Right? Why? Because we're doing this by spirit. But mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. It says it, pulling down. So what we got to do is pull down them strongholds. And the strongholds can be formed by ourselves, by believing things that are not true about ourselves. Gang stalking, that's what it's based upon. You giving consent, it's not even true. It's not even real. In terms of what, it's a false belief. Because these people, they have belief systems, but their belief system is based on Satanism. So putting down strongholds, what's the strongholds? It's false beliefs and obstacles about ourselves. How do you see yourself? Because how you see yourself is also a reflection of how other people see you or how other people treat you. Very important. Very important. So cast down strongholds, what emphasizes the nature of spiritual warfare. All right? A stronghold, what's a stronghold? It's a barrier. These are mental and spiritual obstacles that are opposed to the knowledge of God. So you got to break down that barrier, that obstacle. And most of them obstacles, guess where they are? In your mind, through your thinking. Facts. The enemy can only do what you allow him to do. Facts. Facts. All right? So it says, putting down strongholds, casting down imaginations, and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God. So even the imagination, you have to pull that down and bring it into captivity. Every thought to the obedience of Mashiach. So you got to cast down them strongholds, and them strongholds is from a young age. False beliefs about yourself that are not true. You're not lazy. If you're up and down every day, you're doing something. You're not lazy. You're not useless. Right? You're productive, right? So that's a stronghold. Cast that down. Get into the scriptures. You're not a nobody, because if you were a nobody, people wouldn't be paying so much attention to you. Cast down these strongholds. People talking shit. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, I know. It is. That's programming, man. They want to program your subconscious. And every higher thing that exhausteth itself against the knowledge of God. And sometimes in certain locations that you're living, people can also create strongholds by what? The words that they're speaking, trying to speak over your life. So you are very important. If you've got people trying to speak words over your life, whether it's evil or good, you're very important. Because their life obviously is not important, is it? So therefore, you got to cast down strongholds and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God. How do you do that? Through what? Your belief system. I am more than a conqueror through Yahawashi that strengthens me. That's how you do that. And you tell Satan to flee because he ain't got no power over him. The power you have is what you give him. Facts. So we're going to shut off. Weapons of warfare, the tools used in spiritual battle are not physical but empowered by God. The emphasis is on divine strength available to believers to overcome these strongholds. So overcome it. Recognize the battle is not against flesh and blood but against spiritual forces. Trust in God's might to overcome personal communal challenges and hinder faith. There you go. All right. So I hope this was edifying. And yeah, listen. Anybody that's trying to control you, right? That's satanic. That's demonic. That's not of God, right? Because God wants the best for you, right? Yahawashi wants the best for you. So just know that. Don't feed it. Don't give it no energy, and it would die off. Hope this was edifying.